Hi there, friend. Before we dive in, how's your body feeling today? How's your heart? If you've had a long morning, I invite you to do something kind for yourself right now. Maybe take a deep breath, sip on a warm cup of tea or water, or gently roll your shoulders. These small acts are not just good for the body, they remind us that we matter still here and now. This is Thuy Share, a cozy little corner where we talk about life, aging with grace, and what it means to still grow, even after 60, even after 70. So if that sounds like something your heart could use, go ahead and click subscribe, give this video a like if you feel seen, and please, drop a comment along the way. Even a simple yes or no can make someone else feel less alone. You know, there's a quiet truth we don't talk about enough. Getting older doesn't mean life gets smaller, but sometimes, without realizing it, we carry things that weigh us down. Not physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And if you've crossed into your 70s or you're on the way there are certain things you might not even know are still holding you back, like invisible ropes tied to your joy, your peace, your ability to fully embrace this chapter. So today, let's talk on heart to heart about 7 things you may need to let go of after 70, so you can live lighter, fuller, and more peacefully. Not because life is over, but because it's far from done. The gentle unfolding, embracing who you are now, that familiar ache, that whisper in the quiet moments. It often stems from holding onto a ghost, the vibrant echo of a you that time has gently, inevitably reshaped. It's a profound and universal human experience, this dance between the person we once were and the remarkable individual we are becoming. We remember the boundless energy, the relentless drive, the seemingly endless capacity to juggle responsibilities. The memory of that younger self, the one who perhaps worked tirelessly, nurtured families and navigated life's complexities with what felt like an unbreakable spirit, can be both a comfort and a subtle burden. It's natural to feel a pang of something akin to loss when we notice the subtle shifts, the slower pace, the need for more rest, the occasional fleeting memory. The strong back might offer a gentle reminder of its past resilience with the present ache. The quick steps might now favor a more measured rhythm, and perhaps a name that once sprang to mind instantly now requires a moment of quiet reflection. These are not diminishments. They are the hallmarks of a life lived fully, a testament to the journey you've traveled. The truth, often whispered but profoundly felt, is this: you are not losing the essence of who you were. Instead, you are undergoing a beautiful and necessary evolution into the fullness of who you are meant to be now. There is a quiet strength that blossoms in slowing down, a profound wisdom gained in choosing rest, not as a necessity, but as a form of self-care, a deep freedom found in acknowledging that vibrant, energetic person was a vital part of my story, and this grounded, insightful person is the beautiful continuation of that narrative. I remember a conversation with my neighbor, George. He had just celebrated his 82nd birthday, a milestone he approached with a serene smile rather than the apprehension I sometimes hear from others. He shared a simple yet profound insight with me that day. He said with a twinkle in his eye, "You know, I finally stopped fighting time and started befriending it. For years I was trying to keep pace with the young man I used to be, always measuring myself against a phantom. Then one morning I realized I was neglecting the very good company I keep now, the present me." He's not bad company at all, you know. In fact, he's got a lot of stories to tell. George's words resonated deeply. Letting go of that past version of yourself, the one etched in your memories with such clarity, isn't an act of giving up on life or your capabilities. It's an act of giving in the most positive sense of the word, to a deeper sense of peace, a gentle acceptance of the natural unfolding of time. It's about recognizing the immense value and wisdom that come with the passage of years, the lessons etched into your heart and mind. You've navigated challenges, celebrated triumphs, and accumulated a wealth of experience that the younger you could only dream of. This present version of you carries the weight of that journey, not as a burden, but as a collection of invaluable insights. Think of it like this. A magnificent oak tree doesn't lament the sapling it once was. It stands tall and strong, its branches reaching towards the sky, bearing the marks of countless seasons. Each ring within its trunk tells a story of growth, resilience, and adaptation. You, too, are like that magnificent oak. You have weathered storms, provided shelter, and grown into a being of immense strength and beauty, releasing the weight. Untangling guilt's long shadow. Alongside the gentle letting go of past selves, there's another weight many of us carry, often unknowingly for far too long, the lingering burden of guilt. Life is a tapestry woven with threads of joy and regret. We've all navigated moments where our words fell short, where our decisions, viewed through the lens of time, might have taken a different path. We've all experienced the sting of actions we wish we could unmake, words we long to retract, choices we'd alter if the clock could somehow be turned back. These moments are part of the human condition. They shape us, teach us, and often lead to profound growth. However, when guilt takes root and festers, it becomes something insidious. It's like a persistent mold, not confined to one corner of our minds, but slowly creeping into every aspect of our being, casting a shadow over our present joy and clouding our perception of ourselves. At this stage of life, as you navigate your 70s and beyond, that long-held guilt no longer serves you. You have lived a full life, made countless decisions, and undoubtedly done your best with the knowledge and understanding you possessed at the time. You have grown immeasurably, learned from your experiences, and perhaps even offered apologies, spoken aloud or whispered in the quiet corners of your heart. If you find yourself still carrying the weight of past regrets, I urge you, with the gentlest of intentions, to consider this. Perhaps it is time to set it down. Visualize it as a heavy, outworn coat that you no longer need. It has served its purpose, perhaps offering a misguided sense of penance, but now it only restricts your movement and weighs you down unnecessarily. You deserve to walk these precious later years with lighter shoulders and a softer heart. You deserve to feel the warmth of the present moment without the chill of past regrets clinging to you. If no one has explicitly told you this before, please hear it now. You have done enough. You are enough. The lessons have been learned, the growth has occurred. Now is the time for release and self-compassion. Consider the story of Eleanor, a vibrant woman in her late 70s, who I met at a local community center. For years, she carried a deep sense of guilt over a business decision she made in her 40s that inadvertently led to financial hardship for a former colleague. Even though she had years ago offered sincere apologies and done what she could to rectify the situation, the weight of that decision still lingered, coloring her interactions and dimming her otherwise bright spirit. One afternoon, during a gentle movement class, the instructor spoke about the importance of releasing what no longer serves us, both physically and emotionally. Something resonated deeply with Eleanor. That evening she sat down and wrote a letter, not to her former colleague, but to herself. In that letter, she acknowledged the pain of the past, recognized the lessons learned, and consciously forgave herself. It wasn't a magical erasure of the past, but it was a profound act of self-compassion. The next time I saw Eleanor, there was a noticeable lightness about her. The shadow had lifted. She told me, with a serene smile, that writing that letter was like finally putting down a heavy suitcase she hadn't realized she'd been carrying for decades. The past hadn't vanished, but its power over her present had diminished significantly. Just like Eleanor, you have the power to release the burdens of the past. It's not about forgetting. It's about understanding, accepting, and choosing to move forward with a heart that is free from the unnecessary weight of yesterday. You have navigated so much, learned so deeply, and grown into the remarkable person you are today. Allow yourself the grace to step into this chapter of your life unburdened, embracing the peace and joy you so richly deserve. The wisdom you've gained, the resilience you've shown, these are your true companions now. Trust in your journey and allow yourself the freedom to simply be. The quiet confidence of being understood by yourself. There's a quiet liberation that comes with a profound realization. Not everyone will grasp the intricate landscape of your heart and mind, and truly, that's perfectly all right. You don't carry an obligation to meticulously explain every choice that now guides your steps, every feeling that gently stirs within you, or every deeply held value that anchors your soul. Perhaps you've chosen to step back from the whirlwind, serve every family gathering, prioritizing moments of quiet reflection instead. Maybe you now consciously select the solace of silence over the draining chaos of unnecessary drama. Or perhaps, after years of extending yourself with a generous yes, you've finally embraced the empowering grace of a no. There might be those in your circle who perceive these shifts as a change in who you are, perhaps even voicing a sense of unfamiliarity. And in truth, you have changed. But this isn't a betrayal of your past self or a divergence from those who know you. It is quite simply the beautiful and natural unfolding of growth. Like a river finding its truest course, you are evolving into a more authentic expression of yourself. Having journeyed through 7 decades and beyond, you have earned the profound right to inhabit your own skin fully and honestly, without the need for external validation or permission. The tireless pursuit of being universally understood can be a draining endeavor, often leaving us feeling more exposed than connected. Instead of expending precious energy on this pursuit, consider turning inward, nourishing your soul with the deep wellspring of self-respect. This isn't about isolating yourself or becoming indifferent to the feelings of others. It's about recognizing that true peace and contentment stem from a solid foundation of self-acceptance. When you understand and honor your own needs and boundaries, you stand on firmer ground, less swayed by the opinions or expectations of those who may not fully see the world through your eyes. Think of it like tending a personal garden. You carefully cultivate the plants that thrive in your unique soil and climate. You don't force them to become something they are not, nor do you fret over the flowers that bloom in a neighbor's yard. You nurture what brings you joy and sustains your spirit. Similarly, focus on cultivating your inner peace and honoring the authentic rhythm of your life. There will always be those who judge or misunderstand, their perspectives shaped by their own experiences and beliefs. Trying to fit into their mold or constantly seeking their approval can be a fruitless endeavor. leading to frustration and a sense of being perpetually out of sync. Instead, find solace in the understanding and acceptance you cultivate within yourself. Trust your own wisdom, the quiet voice that guides you towards what feels true and right for you now. This is not about defiance, it's about self-sovereignty, a hard-earned and well-deserved right at this stage of your life. Releasing the script, stepping out of familiar roles. For a significant portion of your life, perhaps spanning decades, you may have inhabited specific roles within your family, your work, and your social circles. You might have been the steadfast caretaker, the one who always stepped in to fix problems, the reliable provider, the unwavering pillar of strength. Perhaps you were the quiet peacemaker, the one who skillfully navigated family dynamics, the glue that held everyone together. These roles, often undertaken with love and dedication, have undoubtedly shaped your identity and contributed to the lives of those around you. But now, I invite you to consider a gentle yet potentially transformative question. What if, just what if, you no longer have to be all of those things all of the time? What if you could allow yourself the grace to be cared for sometimes, to lean on others without feeling a sense of obligation to constantly give? What if your inherent worth wasn't solely tied to what you do for others, but resided in the beautiful and unique person that you are? This isn't about abandoning your loved ones or shirking responsibilities. It's about recognizing that life's roles evolve, and the energy you once poured into these functions might now be calling for a different kind of expression, a redirection towards your own well-being and fulfillment. My friend Elena, a vibrant and fiercely independent woman of 76, offered a wonderful example of this. For as long as her adult children could remember, Eleanor had hosted Thanksgiving dinner. She poured her heart and soul into preparing a feast, often feeling more like a tireless chef than a cherished matriarch on that day. One year, however, she felt a profound sense of weariness. The joy of the holiday was being overshadowed by the sheer exhaustion of the effort. With a touch of trepidation, she finally told her children, "I'm not cooking Thanksgiving dinner this year. I love you all dearly, but this year, I want to be served, not serve." Her children, initially surprised, quickly rallied. They decided to order takeout from a local restaurant, and the day unfolded in a completely new way. They laughed, shared stories, and created cherished memories without the usual flurry of kitchen activity. And Eleanor? She glowed. She was present, relaxed, and truly enjoyed the company of her family without the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. Letting go of ingrained roles isn't an act of selfishness. It's an act of profound self-awareness, and often a courageous step towards greater authenticity. It's about recognizing that your value as a human being transcends the tasks you perform or the roles you inhabit. Your worth lies in your wisdom, your experiences, your kindness, your unique perspective, in the very essence of who you are. Allowing others to step into roles you once consistently filled can be a gift to them as well. It provides opportunities for growth, for connection, and for a different kind of dynamic to emerge. It can also free you to explore new facets of yourself, to rediscover passions that may have been dormant, or simply to enjoy a greater sense of ease and spaciousness in your life. Consider the roles you currently play. Are there any that feel more like obligations than genuine expressions of your current desires? Are there areas where you could gently step back and allow others to contribute or take the lead? This isn't about withdrawing from life. It's about consciously choosing how you engage with it. ensuring that your energy is aligned with your well-being and your authentic self. Embrace the freedom to redefine your roles, not out of necessity, but out of a desire for a more balanced and fulfilling life. Your journey has equipped you with invaluable wisdom and a deep understanding of yourself. Trust that inner guidance and allow yourself the grace to simply be without the constant pressure of fulfilling every expectation or adhering to every past script. Your true value shines not in what you do, but in the remarkable person you have become. The heavy armor of unresolved hurts. Choosing peace over pride. There's a particular kind of anger that can feel strangely empowering, a simmering resentment that we sometimes wear like a suit of armor, believing it protects us from further hurt. The internal narratives play on repeat. He hurt me deeply. She never even acknowledged my pain. They completely overlooked me. My efforts were never truly valued. And perhaps in many of these instances, the hurt was real, the injustice palpable. However, bitterness, even when seemingly justified by past wounds, carries a hidden cost. It doesn't wound the person who inflicted the pain. Instead, it slowly, insidiously, poisons our own spirit. It casts a shadow over our present moments, and in a very real sense ages the soul, hardening our hearts and dimming our inner light. Choosing to release this bitterness is not an act of condoning past hurts or saying, "It was all right." It's a powerful declaration. This pain, while real, no longer holds dominion over me. Forgiveness, often misunderstood as an act of benevolence towards the offender, is in its truest form a profound gift we bestow upon ourselves. It's the key that unlocks the prison of resentment, freeing us to move forward with a lighter heart and a more open spirit. If you find yourself waking up with a familiar surge of anger or resentment over something that transpired 10, 20, or even 30 years ago, I gently suggest that perhaps it's time to consciously choose the quiet strength of peace over the rigid stance of pride. Holding on to past hurts is like carrying a heavy stone. It doesn't harm the person who threw it, but it weighs you down with every step you take. Consider the analogy of a tangled vine. Bitterness can wrap itself around your heart and mind, constricting joy and preventing new growth. To release it, you don't necessarily have to nurture the vine or pretend it wasn't there. Instead, you carefully untangle its hold, allowing your own inner garden to breathe and flourish once more. This isn't about forgetting the past. It's about choosing how the past influences your present. You can acknowledge the pain, learn from the experience, and then consciously decide to no longer let it dictate your emotional landscape. This is an act of profound self-care, a reclaiming of your inner peace and a testament to your resilience. You have navigated those difficult times. You have survived and grown. Now, allow yourself the freedom to truly live in the present, unburdened by the lingering shadows of the past. The tender courage of accepting support, releasing the fear of being a burden. There's a particularly tender and deeply ingrained fear that many older adults carry, the apprehension of becoming a burden. The thought that needing help, support, or even simply the comfort of companionship somehow diminishes their worth or places. An undue strain on loved ones can be a heavy weight to bear. But I ask you to consider this with an open heart. When your children were young and relied on you for everything, did you ever perceive them as a burden? When a dear friend sought your shoulder to cry on during a difficult time, did you resent their vulnerability? The answer, I believe, resonates with a resounding, "Of course not." Love and connection are often expressed through the act of giving. and receiving support. The people who genuinely care about you desire to be there for you, to offer their help and companionship. It is a natural expression of love and connection. However, they cannot extend that support if you consistently present a facade of unwavering independence, always responding with, "I'm fine," even when you are not. This isn't about being dishonest. It often stems from a deep-seated fear of inconveniencing others. Letting go of this fear of being a burden is not an admission of weakness. Rather, it is an embrace of connection and an acknowledgement of the reciprocal nature of love. It means allowing others the beautiful and fulfilling gift of giving, just as you have undoubtedly given to so many throughout your life. Think of Thuy, the countless times you have offered support, guidance and care to those you love. Receiving that same love and support in return is not a sign of decline. It is a natural and essential part of human connection. Consider the image of a flowing river. For years you may have been the strong current, providing and supporting those around you. Now allowing others to contribute to that flow, to offer their strength and support, doesn't diminish the river. It enriches it. It creates a deeper sense of interdependence and strengthens the bonds of love. This isn't about becoming entirely dependent on others. It's about recognizing that interdependence is a natural part of life at every stage. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable and to accept help when needed is an act of courage, an acknowledgement of your humanity, and a testament to the strength of your relationships. Receiving love and support is not a weakness. It is an act of reciprocity. It allows those who care about you to express their affection and strengthens the bonds that connect you. By allowing yourself to be supported, you are not only meeting your own needs, but also giving others the gift of contributing to your well-being. Embrace this exchange with an open heart, knowing that you are deeply valued and that your connections are a source of strength and comfort for everyone involved. The vibrant tapestry of now, refuting the myth of days gone, by If a quiet whisper within you suggests that your most vibrant days are relegated to the realm of memory, I implore you to pause and truly hear this. Your journey is far from over. You are in this very moment still in the beautiful process of becoming. Like a flower slowly unfurling its petals to the sun, you are still unfolding, still capable of experiencing the richness of new memories, the warmth of new friendships, the joyful sound of new laughter, and yes, even the thrill of pursuing new dreams. The transition from full-time work or the intense demands of raising a family marks not an end, but a significant shift in the narrative of your life. The chapters may indeed look different. The pace may have a different rhythm, but the story, your unique and precious story, is still being written with every breath you take, every experience you embrace. Consider the inspiring story of Marilyn, a remarkable woman who found herself a widow at the age of 79. For years she had harbored a secret desire to paint, but the responsibilities of life had always taken precedence. She carried a quiet belief that such endeavors were for the young, that her time for new beginnings had passed. Then, one day, spurred by a newfound sense of liberation, she picked up a brush. She shared with me, her voice filled with a newfound joy. I always thought I was simply too old to start something so new, so creative, but now looking back I realize I wasn't too old to start. I was too alive not to. Marilyn's story is a powerful testament to the enduring human capacity for growth and discovery, regardless of the number of years we have graced this earth. Let go of the limiting belief that your best days are confined to the past. that the door to new experiences has somehow closed. Replace that restrictive thought with this empowering affirmation. If I am still breathing, I am still becoming. Each new day holds the potential for unexpected joys, for meaningful connections, for the blossoming of latent talents, and for the deepening of your inner wisdom. This stage of life offers a unique opportunity for self-discovery and the pursuit of passions that may have been set aside for other priorities. The wisdom you've accumulated, the resilience you've cultivated, these are the rich soil from which new growth can emerge. Embrace the present moment with curiosity and an open heart, knowing that the tapestry of your life continues to be woven, with threads of experience, connection, and joy. The belief that your best days are behind you is simply a myth, a shadow that can be dispelled by the vibrant light of your continuing journey. A moment of reflection. Which burdens will you release? And so, as we reach this point in our shared reflection, I pose a gentle yet significant question. Looking inward, which of these 7 burdens, the clinging to a past self, the weight of lingering guilt, the need for universal understanding, the confines of old roles, the armor of bitterness, the fear of being a burden, or the belief that your best days are behind you, are you still holding on to? More importantly, which one are you now ready, perhaps even eager to release? I invite you to share your thoughts, however brief. Leave a comment below. A simple yes if something here resonated deeply within you, a quiet acknowledgement that a chord was struck, or a no if your experience has been different, if these reflections didn't quite align with your own journey. Either way, your voice, your perspective matters. It adds another valuable thread to the rich tapestry of wisdom we are weaving together. Here, this is Thuy, and it is a true honor to be walking alongside you during this significant chapter of life. Every story shared, every insight offered, contributes to the collective wisdom that nourishes and empowers us all. The enduring promise of growth. Embracing a freer tomorrow. Here is what I hope you carry with you as you move forward from our time together today. You are not behind in life's grand journey. It is never too late to embrace new possibilities and passions. Your capacity for growth, for joy, for connection is boundless. You are never truly done growing. The burdens you consciously choose to release today have the remarkable power to become the very wings that will lift you into a freer, more authentic, and more joyful tomorrow. If these reflections have resonated with you, if they have offered a sense of comfort or a spark of inspiration, please take a moment to like this message. Your simple act helps others who may need to hear these words find their way here. And if you haven't already, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Thuy so that we can continue to meet in this space, sharing truth, offering love, and nurturing hope together. Until our paths cross again, dear friend, please take exquisite care of your beautiful self. Remember to nourish your body with water, to open your heart to the beauty that surrounds you, and never ever forget this profound truth. The best of life is never confined to the past. It resides vibrantly within you in this very moment and in all the moments yet to come.